Hi, Joanne Chinderly here with Cy Stone and Daphne Willis. We're representing Keep Oregon Well, and we're in the Skype Live Studio Wellness Zone. We just saw an incredible powerhouse, phenomenal show by Daphne.
Thank you very much. Thank
and
you.
all those words are very meaningful because you rocked it up
Thank
there.
you so
Thank you so
much.
much for coming through. We've been interviewing artists while they're on the road and passing through Portland and just asking questions about mental health and helping A, fight the stigma, and B, personally, how do you keep yourself well when you're on the road and going through show to show, and just personal insights to your amazing life?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I was lucky to grow up in a family that encourages mental health, like therapy and all that stuff. So I do that when I'm home. I have a therapist, and sometimes we can do Skype therapies on the road, which is
That's cool.
Amazing.
Yeah.
She's like the best.
2017.
I
here we
know,
are.
right? And then, I mean, like for my own sanity, I make sure I sleep. So I'm all about like getting my sleep, which sometimes can be difficult to do, but so you have to kind of like make time for that on the road, right?
Yeah.
And I work out 4 to 5 times a week, and that's like my Zen time. And after I work out, I take like 10 minutes to do a little yoga and meditate and have some like peace and space for myself.
some
So that keeps me sane. Like I'm a very outgoing person, but I also like need like my me time and my space. So I just have to make sure that I get a little bit of that every day, and I'm totally good.
That's rad.
Yeah.
That's rad. So Kink FM has been playing your song constantly, Somebody's Someone.
That's amazing.
And it's so phenomenal. And what's interesting to me about that song is that it's a love song, right? When you hear it, but it's a love song about humanity.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It absolutely is.
Yeah,
And it's
how did
also
you-
a
how did
reminder
that
to love
spark?
yourself and remind yourself that you are somebody's someone, because I've been through, periods of my life where I was extremely depressed, and you just feel so isolated and you feel like, you're alone. And I think that, having that, I just wanted to write a song that was both a reminder to myself when I'm, in those moods,
Yeah.
because it happens to everybody when you feel that way. And
It truly does.
Yeah.
Hearing it, we just heard it in the studio now, and it was an intimate audience, and it was amazing. And I remember I was welling up, and I was like, who thinks of me this way? And then, but then like a Rolodeck of people, and I was like, I'm
Right.
not alone, know?
Right.
So it's powerful, and it's working.
thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Are there any other songs on albums that you have that kind of speak to that humanity factor again?
Yeah, absolutely. I've historically written a lot of like self-empowerment songs, and this next record coming out has a lot of songs about my own personal journey. I quit drinking a year and a couple months ago.
High fives.
Drinking / self-medicating, slippery slope. And so the last year has been a lot more honest in my writing, and I think the songs really reflect that, and I feel the best I've ever felt. And so I just try and share those experiences through my songs, and because I feel like so many other people are feeling the same thing, and there's not a huge voice for that yet, so we all have to keep talking about it.
Yeah, people think like glamorous lifestyle, oh, bougie, you must get all these
Right.
things, but you're like, no, I gotta
You still have to take care of
you
yourself.
still have to take care of yourself.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it's a common misconception, I think. But yeah, so there's a lot of that content in the new music coming out, and in previous records. Like I've got a song called "Done with Being Done" that I actually wrote with Meghan Trainor, that is out and about. That's on iTunes that you can check out, and that's kind of that like anthematic, like you can do it kind of vibe,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That you just hear it in your car and you're just like, I'm on top of the world.
I like to listen to those songs that are motivating, so I try and, emulate that in the writing as well. So,
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, Cy works out consistently. Is this going to be your new powerhouse workout?
It is. And if I could ask a quick question, just
Sure, yeah.
about your process. You're a phenomenal singer, beautiful voice.
Thank
but
you.
you're also a writer. How do you not keep everything for yourself when you're writing?
Yeah, I mean, so sometimes, because I co-write, so I'm writing with someone else, right? And, like, if they, I'm pretty specific the way I phrase things and the way I sing and talk. So, like, when we're co-writing, if they write something just not really the way that I would necessarily say it, or it's like, some kind of heavy breakup song that I just, wouldn't really... I don't usually write, heavy breakup songs. It's just not kind of my style. So then it would be for somebody else,
Gotcha. So it's not necessarily with the intent for a specific artist.
Yeah,
always.
and usually when we sit down and write, we specify who the song is for. So like if we're writing for the other person, then we kind of lean more toward they kind of lead the right a little bit more, and when it's for me, I do.
So if you and I were going to co-write a song about the beautiful city of Portland,
Yeah. Okay.
what do you think that would consist of?
What would it?
How would we get started?
Well, we'd have to talk about the scenery, right, and the landscape, and kind of like paint a picture, right? So you'd make a picture, and then you'd kind of talk about what you do in Portland, right? What do you do in Portland?
That's a good question.
You bike a lot.
Yes.
You bike a lot. You hike
city.
a lot. You windsurf, right?
Right.
So you could paint all those pictures and.
So it doesn't sound like we would be co-writing at all. You'd be writing, and I'd be telling you,
What?
great job.
Just the power. That's awesome. Great. Man, this made my day. What? Like it's a beautiful Friday here in Portland. It's gorgeous outside
It's
today, and we just
beautiful.
heard some delightful music.
Thank you so much.
Would you like to plug anything before we get out of here?
I think just this song and that I have
Yes.
I have a whole record that's going to be coming out later this year. If you want updates, you can hop on my mailing list, which is DaphneWillis.com, DaphneWillis.com, and that goes out kind of bi-weekly, and it's got like I do personal updates and then
Awesome.
show dates and whatnot. But thank you so
great.
much for
Thank
having
you
me.
so
You guys
much.
are
Yes.
amazing in
Yeah.
everything you're doing. So thank you so much.
Appreciative. And
Yeah.
thank you for being such an amazing advocate. And it's people like you that keep the world going round. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank
awesome.
you. Yep. It takes all of us. So
It really
yeah,
does.
It really does.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Keep up to date with our Keep Oregon Well, Skype Live Studio, in studio sessions in the Wellness Zone. Take care.